Prince George, what a nice city. Big city in northern British Columbia. Prince George, nice place. Yeah. Prince George, wonderful city. Good, nice place to spend your time. It's like the greatest city in the world. It's got a nice lot of good stuff. Prince George, it is my favorite place in the world, and I like it very much. A nice city, a big city, located in the British Columbia. They got a nice educational system, teaching the kids all about the world. They got lots of other cool stuff like Mr. PG, yeah, Mr. PG. Prince George, good city, oh yeah. Go to the library, borrow a book and then bring it back before it's due, or else you got to pay a fine. Prince George, oh yeah, Highway 97. Prince George, la 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 la.
This time in our BC Legacy, The Parks of Prince George, we investigate Wilson Park, located in Prince George, British Columbia, Canada. The weather continues to ripen towards its fifth winter by providing glimpses of a possible summer season. The Nechako River continues its transition to its thaw as millions of liters of water seek freedom from the ice entrapping it. The clouds continue their blustering assault on the newly freed waterways, awakening the natural beauty of the surroundings. With massive trees blowing in the wind, a murder of crows takes refuge in the bare birch trees, preparing for another year of growth. What amazing things hidden by the grisly winter will be uncovered as the summer season slowly awakes. Will the lethargic plant life return from its extended hibernation? Or has it found other endeavors in which to partake? Will the steadfast trees awake to find their relatives missing from last year's locations? Who has fallen to wind, weather, wildlife, or old age? What has the wheel of time brought to us this year from the past? Newly released from the prison of winter, how will we meet again and explore our old friend, Wilson Park? Wilson Park is caught between the riverbanks of the Nechako River and a highly popular residential neighborhood. The park is 3.5 kilometers, dominated by muddy dirt paths. Foliage infiltrates the path during the summer and fall. When the paths are free of snow, they are easily traversed on foot. It takes about an hour to travel from start to finish. A planned route from beginning to end is only good on paper. The path is deceptive. One must be prepared for the weather and any wildlife one might meet. The river is wide and deep. There will be no escape in that direction. The 3.5-kilometer journey begins on a small dirt path leading to the river. The end is much the same as it began, a dirt path hiding this wonderful viewing experience, until you investigate. The main human-added feature of the park is a small washroom appearing early in the natural path of the walk. The park's picnic area is naturally accessible, but getting to the site is another story. Dangerous dirt pathways with eroding cliff sides lead to the area, making one with feet question one's safety. Luckily, man's best friends are welcome on leashes, never having to face the precipice alone. The Nechako River starts its journey in the Nechako Plateau, located near Kitimat, BC, a mere 800-kilometer journey away. The river travels northward, slowly turning east to end at the Fraser River, located just a few kilometers east of Wilson Park. The Nechako itself is best known for its huge population of white sturgeon, in addition to flooding local parks during the spring season. Wilson Park's north shore, covered in ice, illustrates the depth and risk of traversing the pathways. Loose gravel and deteriorating embankments pose the risk to all those who travel there. The south shore tells a different story, one of a riverbank that has already collapsed from the powerful river as it forcibly twists and turns its way toward the Fraser River. Many forms of wildlife inhabit this active park. The native animal life has learned to adapt to the area. The mallard duck uses the riverway to its advantage. The crow chooses its space wisely, high above the danger, but open enough to view all and see all. Swimming in the river and using trees as its building material, the beaver makes the river its home on the riverbank. Surrounded by the rushing water, the white sturgeon, hidden beneath the surface, lurks for any unexpected prey. Fear has driven the white sturgeon close to extinction in this part of the world. White sturgeon in the area have been classified as endangered since 2003. Within Canada, the white sturgeon is unique to British Columbia. It is not uncommon to find them within estuaries meeting the ocean, and have been known to swim out into the ocean occasionally. The land has a different story. The Devil Tree presents a dominating presence to the public picnic area. Like the Eye of Sauron, it overlooks its land and rules all. The picnic table presents a lonely example of what could have been had the area been more accessible and not so dangerous to grasp. The forest has many aspects to be admired. Let's investigate some. The middle-aged Douglas fir wakes from its ice-rich prison for another year. The birch buds spring to life with the new warmth of the season. The juvenile Douglas fir, ready to take on the world. The company of trees, searching for the time to awaken and resume their allergy assault. A gathering of trees on the horizon, desperately seeking the sky. Where would the forest be without the plant life supporting it? Let's take a look. The moss waits to be used by others, including insects and fungi. It can be shared for their mutually beneficial survival. The critically important grass strives to grow big and strong to provide housing and shelter to the small ground-faring species and birds, providing safety from predators. Oregon grape, touted by herbalists everywhere as a natural remedy, prepares for another season of providing medicine to the animals all around. Salix cinerea, also known as the American pussy willow, prepares its buds as the first sign of spring. Lichen, dried out from winter survival, prepared to grow anew thanks to its spores it protected from last year. Wild blueberries, called rare by some, provide a natural food source for the natural inhabitants and visiting travelers alike. Saskatoon berries, historically named pigeon berries, enhance the palate of the caretaker souls of the natural surroundings. Did you know? Wilson Park was named after Henry Wilson, Prince George's mayor during 1921. Stories are still told about his historical golf game. He scored 138 in 13 holes and had to call it quits after it was too dark to continue playing. Wilson Park was created in the early 1980s as an effort to preserve natural land as Prince George was undergoing a mass population growth. We would be amiss if we did not take the time to recognize the following people. Mark Beauchamp, a member of the Prince George community that loved Wilson Park for the peace and tranquility it provided him as he fought and eventually succumbed to cancer. Ziva and the Greenberg family, the family whose donations were responsible for the lonely picnic table in the picnic area. It's time to revisit today's adventure. What city does Wilson Park reside in? The city Wilson Park resides in is Prince George. What river is Wilson Park adjacent to? Wilson Park is adjacent to the Nechako River. What animal is pictured here? The animal is a mallard duck. What landmark is the following? This landmark is the Devil Tree. What type of tree buds are shown? The tree buds shown are birch. What type of plant is here? The plant is the Oregon grape. Who is the park named after? The park is named after Henry Wilson, a former mayor of Prince George. Is the park easily accessible for those who want it to be? The park is not easily accessible due to the unmaintained dirt paths and soil erosion. Tune in next time as we explore the beauty of Clay Claytonnet Memorial Park. Toodaloo!
Meow.